Can we really predict if a baby will grow up to be shy? The answer is yes, and we've known it for decades. Back in 1987, a psychologist named Jerome Kagan made a groundbreaking discovery. He found that babies who became easily agitated by new sights or sounds were far more likely to become shy children. And those shy children, they often become shy adults. Here's the scary part. Only about 17% of these adults ever manage to significantly reduce their shyness. Why? Because the classic advice of just be more extroverted is not just wrong, it's actually making things worse. But what if the secret isn't to fight your nature, but to use it? Today we're uncovering the two real roots of your shyness. The first root is genetic. You inherit 30 to 50% of your shyness from your family. It's hardwired, so you can't do much about it. The second route, however, is where you have total control, a lack of practice. You're scared because you don't know the rules of interaction. So, let's learn them. Step 1. Know where to talk to people. Take a look at this social map, developed by researcher Vanessa Van Edwards. We have the start zone, where people are rushed and stressed. They will brush you off. We have the side zone, for private conversations, not for approaching strangers. And then we have the social zone. This is your golden area. Here, people are open, relaxed, and ready to mingle. But knowing where isn't enough. You need to know how to start. A study by Dr. Bernardo Carducci asked 158 shy people how they coped. Their top answers? Forcing themselves to be extroverted, positive thinking, and even using alcohol. These methods were found to be incomplete and self-defeating. So, if trying to be an extrovert backfires, what's the solution? You play to your strengths. Shy people have a hidden superpower. They are exceptional at reading subtle social cues. While everyone else is talking, you're observing. You can spot the perfect moment to enter a conversation. So, what does that moment look like? It's when someone makes eye contact, offers a genuine smile, or has an open body posture. That's your green light. Now, for the approach. Your body language is your first message. Before you speak, use a hand beacon, a simple raise of your hand to signal your intention. Approach from the front, not the side or back. And remember the basics. Smile, make eye contact, and just be visible. You've started the interaction. Now, what do you say? We have a full video on conversation starters linked at the end. But the biggest hurdle isn't your technique. It's the anxiety inside you. This anxiety is part of the vicious cycle of shyness. Your brain, wired from ancient times, is terrified of social judgment. When it thinks you're low status, it forces you into submissive postures, avoiding eye contact, hunching over, closing up. To break the cycle, first, calm your nerves with a simple breathing technique. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4, and exhale for 6. Do this 3 times. Then, rebuild your confidence brick by brick with a strategy called social anchoring. The principle is simple. We fear the unpredictable. So don't start by asking a girl for her number. That's too many variables. Start with something predictable. Level 1. Just make eye contact. That's it. When you're comfortable, level up. Level 2. Eye contact and a small smile. Don't force a wink or a big gesture if it's not you. This exercise is about building your confidence, not pretending to be someone else. For some, even that feels impossible. That's because you're stuck in the reinforcement of shyness. But you can break out. Just look at Mahatma Gandhi. As a young man, he was so shy he would run from conversations, and once lost a court case because he was too timid to question a witness. His turning point came when he was thrown off a train for being Indian, despite having a first-class ticket. In that cold, humiliating night, he decided to use his shyness as a shield, not see it as a curse. He was an overthinker, so he used that. Every night, he would review his social interactions, analysing what worked and what didn't. He turned his weakness into his greatest strength, eventually leading a nation and speaking to crowds of hundreds of thousands. Your shyness isn't a curse. It's a potential source of your greatest strength. You have the power to observe, to analyse, and to connect to a deeper level. Stop trying to be the loudest person in the room. Start using the quiet advantages you already have. If you're ready to learn exactly what to say to anyone, check out our video on conversation starters right here. Thanks for watching.